is going to be a haul video. I have been accumulating a few products over the past couple of months. This has been since Christmas, so it's a little bit overdue, but I was waiting for some things to come in that I had ordered. So since they have come and I have been playing around with them for quite a bit, I figured I would finally film this haul video. So let's just get right into it. I just want to move my phone or else I'm going to get super distracted. So I was trying to wait until I got another order that was going to be like 2 weeks from now, but I'm like, I just want to haul this stuff. It's been so long since I filmed a haul video. I think the last time I filmed one was before Christmas. So I have stuff from Sephora, I have stuff from Ulta, I have stuff from Colourpop, Nomad, other brands, and I'm really excited to share all these products with you guys. So we're going to start with Sephora first because this palette I've had for quite a while and I have featured a couple of looks with it on my channel. And the first palette I'm going to share with you guys, I have 4 eyeshadow palettes in this video, just letting you guys know. I'm trying to keep my eyeshadow palette purchases down a little bit more, but sometimes it's a little difficult when so many beautiful eyeshadow palettes do come out and there's so many that we want to try and we only have 2 eyeballs, so it's a little bit difficult to keep up with all the eyeshadow palette releases. By the way, my lipstick is not bleeding on the sides. It's just because I have a bit of that irritation that I get on the side of my mouth sometimes. So it's just like a little scab. It's not lipstick. And the lipstick that I'm wearing is not super opaque. So it's kind of more like a tinted lip balm. So if it looks like it's wearing off on the sides, it's not in person. It actually looks really good in person. So let's start with Sephora. So this eyeshadow palette I've had since Christmas. And I asked my group chat in from YouTube which eyeshadow palette I should get out of the 3 that I was kind of torn between, because I always get a Sephora gift card from my brother every Christmas. I cannot believe I'm talking about Christmas and it's literally the middle of February right now. Like, that's how long I've had this product. But again, I obviously ended up accumulating a lot more products. So I was torn between the Makeup by Mario palette, the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2, and this one. I was kind of considering the new Anastasia Nouveau palette, but then I decided to pass on it. I'm just like not thrilled with Anastasia Beverly Hills anymore. The only product I repurchased from that brand is the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, because that's like one of my all-time favorites. But the group chat unanimously told me to get this one, and this really was the one I wanted to get. But also, I had never tried Patrick Ta's eyeshadows or Makeup by Mario's, and all of these palettes are in like the $70 price range. All 3 of these palettes are. But I got a gift card from my brother, and I also got a gift card from one of my coworkers because we did Secret Santa this past Christmas. So I had like $60 worth of gift cards that I could put towards this eyeshadow palette. So I decided to go with the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. Now, I wasn't sure, but I kept on eyeing this palette when it came out, and I thought that the color story was just so pretty, and I'm really excited to have now my 4th Natasha Denona palette in my collection. And I would have to say, this palette is wonderful. The mattes perform beautifully, and the shimmers are so ridiculously stunning on the lid. And I cannot tell you how many compliments I get on this palette every time I do my makeup with it and I go out and I see one of my friends or I am working. People are always complimenting me on this palette. And I think it's just because Natasha Denona's formula just really makes your eyes look amazing. They just have this way of making your eye look just so beautiful and seamless and classic. It's just, I love her formula, and I think that this is one of her best formula-wise. There's not one dud in this palette. I think this is absolutely worth the money. And the reason why I thought this one was a little bit more worth the money over the other 2 palettes that I mentioned is that there's 15 shades in here, first off. The Makeup by Mario and the Patrick Ta only have 12. And also there is a multi-chrome in here. which is absolutely stunning. So I just love how deep and dark the mattes go, and the shimmers are just stunning. So let's just go through the shades really quick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmers, and then we have, let me do math for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mattes, but 2 of them, these 2 right here, are the cream to powder formula, and then the rest of them are all the typical matte formula from Natasha. So let's start over here. So we have Black is Black, Aspiration, Serenity, Carpe Diem, and Babies. Then we have Instinct, Thrill, Unity, Risk, and Invention. And then the last row is Vision, Edgy, Spontaneous, Nurture, and Familia. So I have used all the shades in this palette, and literally every single time I use this palette, I absolutely love the looks that come out of it. Again, it's just such an easy formula to work with, and Natasha Denona is well known for eyeshadows for a reason. They just perform beautifully, and I prefer Natasha Denona's palettes over Pat McGrath's. I just think that she comes out with more innovative color stories lately, but this was definitely my favorite one that came out last year. This is my first Natasha Denona palette since the spring VIB, or maybe it was the November VIB sale in 2021, and I got the retro palette. So it's been a year since I've added a Natasha Denona palette to my collection, but this is stunning. So I'm just going to swatch a couple of shades. So this is the multi-chrome. We just need to take a moment for this guy. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I feel like this is going to be a long video, you guys, because I have a lot of products to share with you, but that's stunning. And then this shade Spontaneous, I use like every time on the inner corners, and it's a stunning like shimmery gold. And then let's just do one more shimmer. This shade Thrill is a gorgeous, like super sparkly, orangey pinkish, almost orangey pinkish gold. I wore that to my friend's wedding reception, and it's gorgeous. It's just, they really do sparkle on the lid, and they're stunning. And then let's just do 2 mattes. We're going to do one of the cream to powders, and this shade Aspiration is such a good dark deepening brown shade. And I'm just going to swatch those 2 mattes. But these look so good on the eyes. So this one is Instinct and this one is Aspiration. So I don't want to spend too long on each individual item. We're just going to haul everything. But this is an awesome palette, and I would highly recommend it if you were eyeing this. It's beautiful. So that is the first product that I got from Sephora. And then some of these other products I've gotten more recently. I actually just picked these up like a couple of days ago, but I want to go through the Sephora products first. So the first one is my bronzer purchase for 2022. I usually pick up 1 bronzer per year. And even though I ended up returning the highlighter from this brand, I really was interested in trying the bronzer, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. So I got the House Labs by Lady Gaga Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in the shade Light Level 1. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about this formula. Also, I had some Sephora rewards to use, so I had to use them before the 14th. So I literally picked this stuff up 2 days ago. I picked it up the day before they expired because I went in on Sunday, but it was way too busy. So I asked them if I could just hold these items, and I was going to come back tomorrow because I only hold it for 24 hours. I was like, I'm definitely coming back tomorrow. And also, this was the last one in my Sephora in this shade. So I'm like, I'm definitely getting this. So this is the House Labs bronzer. The packaging is really, really nice. And then this is the shade. And I actually have used this today and yesterday. And this formula is really, really beautiful. It's very soft and buttery. And it's not very like super pigmented. It's just super easy to work with on the skin, and it's just so buttery smooth, and I really, really like this. And this is like my new favorite everyday bronzer, so it's really, really nice. I still love the Colourpop one, but this one is actually a little bit more subtle than that one because the Colourpop one is pretty pigmented. So I really, really like this. So, and I think that a bronzer purchase is a little bit more justifiable to spend a little bit more money on than a highlighter, because I'm going to use a bronzer a hell of a lot more than a $40 highlighter, and I just really didn't think that was worth the money. So, okay, and then I did pick up 2 products from Give by Gwen Stefani. I was kind of interested in trying a couple more products from her line. The first one is the Give by Gwen Stefani Can't Stop Staring Lengthening and Lifting Mascara. I'm actually wearing this mascara this mascara on my eyes today, and I tried it for the first time yesterday. Really cute packaging. I really like the checkered top, and then it says Can't Stop Staring on the tube. And then this is the actual mascara wand. I like that it has like a little ball at the end. And this is a really, really good mascara, you guys. It's very, very lengthening and separating. The packaging is a bit cheap, but I do like the mascara enough that, honestly, mascara packaging doesn't really matter to me as long as it performs really well. Like, honestly, like with mascara, like you go through it so fast that it's like not a huge deal to me that the packaging isn't like that insane. And also it's like not that heavy, which I kind of like. But it's a really good mascara. So I definitely recommend this if you were deciding to try this out. And then the other product that I got is that I was kind of interested in trying one of her liquid lipsticks. She has recently expanded the shade range a little bit more to have quite a few shade options now. So of course I picked up the nude shade. So this is the Give by Gwen Stefani I'm Still Here Lightweight Longwear Matte Liquid Lipstick. And I got the shade Camo, which says it on the top. And this one is like a very cool toned nude shade. I really like the packaging, and it says me, you, yours, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it's a really nice packaging. And then this is the applicator. It's like just a typical doe foot. This is actually probably the only product in this video that I haven't tried yet, because I tried the other lip product that I'm about to talk about today. So this is a really pretty nude, so I'm excited to wear it soon. Probably going to wear it tomorrow or to work at some point, but it's a really pretty nude shade, so I got that. And I haven't even like tried it on my lips yet to see how the formula is, like just to see if it's comfortable. So I will keep you guys up to date once I try that out. And then the other product that I have, they had plenty of stock of these, by the way, but this one, I'm so surprised that I was able to snatch this up, because this wasn't only the last one in this shade. This was the last one in this formula in the entire 5 shades that were available. They were all sold out at my Sephora except for this one, and this happened to be the shade that I wanted to pick up. So talk about lucky. I'm definitely getting this. So this is the Dior Addict Lip Tint in the shade 421 Natural Tea. I found out about the mascara and also the lippy when I was watching one of Tina's Get Ready With Me's, the Fancy Face. And she used this shade in one of her videos, and I was like, I really like this color. So I ended up snagging it at my Sephora, and literally this was the last one in the entire store. And I was like I didn't have anybody to ask around me if they just so happened to have more in the drawer, but I think they would have been stocked on the shelves if they had more. They were also completely out of the lip oils, like every single shade. And I think the tinted lip balms as well, or the lip maximizers, but the whole shelf was empty. And also they had come out with new highlighters as well, and those were all gone. I didn't even realize that they came out with new highlighters, so I want to get one of those when the Sephora VIB sale rolls around, because I'm not getting any more makeup right now. I have to put myself on a no-buy again. But I picked this up, and I'm actually wearing it on my lips today. And I was wondering why this product was so popular. I mean, Dior products are always super popular, especially their lip products. Like, a lot of their lip products sell out in my Sephora all the time. So this is the shade, and it's a little bit more like lighter on my hand as opposed to on my lips. But the reason why this is so popular is, first off, it's transfer proof. So a tinted lip balm, lip tint that's transfer proof, I understand why that's so popular, because people just want a lightweight product that doesn't transfer. They don't love wearing matte liquid lipsticks all the time. So this is really nice on the lips. It also has like a cooling sensation on the lips, but it kind of goes away as you're wearing it. So it's just a cooling sensation. It's not like a stinging sensation. So it kind of feels like a bit of like a lip plumper, but it's cooling. So it doesn't like hurt your lips. It feels like a minty sensation. So just keep that in mind if you have sensitive lips. But other than that, it's really, really nice. Very comfortable and doesn't really transfer at all. Maybe like a tiny bit, but honestly, really nice lip product. So I really like that. And then the last two things I got from Sephora, I just got another backup of my Sephora brush cleaner. You guys know I go through countless ones of these soaps for my beauty sponge, so I just picked up another one. And then I also got a new cleanser because I kind of wanted to try this out because I don't want to always spend $30 on my Ole Henriksen face cleanser, even though that's not that expensive because I love it. But I wanted to try this because I've heard really good things about it. I've seen Morgan Turner talk about it, and I've seen a couple of other YouTubers say that this is really good. And I really like the Inky List products, so I got the Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm. And it does really feel like a balm. It's not exactly like, I thought it was going to be like not deep cleaning enough for me, but it's actually really, really nice. And it has more of like a like tackier consistency because it's more of a liquid balm. But it makes your skin very, very soft. Like it doesn't really wash away completely, but it makes your skin like baby butt smooth. And also, I really have been noticing that it's been helping my skin a lot. So I really like this. I might repurchase it or I might just go back to my Ole Henriksen. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. And I like that it's in like a big tube. So that is everything that I got from Sephora. Now let's move on to everything that I have gotten from Ulta. And I've gotten quite a bit of things from Ulta. So we're just going to share all of that with you guys right now. So I'm just going to take it out. Just give me a second. Okay, so now let's move on to everything that I got from Ulta. I have a blush, a highlighter, some mascaras, some backups of quite a few products. Some products I've replaced, all of that good stuff. So let's just go through it. So the first thing is a blush, and I wanted to get this color for like the longest time. So I finally just decided to pick it up. And this is another one of the Benefit Box blushes, and this is the shade Butterfly. I've seen nothing but good things about this color, so I really just wanted to get this one because I really love orange blushes as well. And I've seen Angelica Nyquist talk about this one, and also Morgan Turner, and they both said that they love this shade. This is definitely a very popular shade. It's such a gorgeous orange, and this one I feel like is kind of the smoothest formula out of the three that I have because I have two of the mini ones as well. And I think I like this one the most. So that one is the Benefit blush. It's beautiful on the cheeks. I really like that. And then I also got this highlighter. Now, also Angelica Nyquist talked about this highlighter, and I really wanted to get it. So this is the Rem Beauty, what is this even called? Interstellar Highlighter Topper in the shade Miss Mercury. Now, I know a lot of people are giving Ariana Grande's line a lot of hate. It says Miss Mercury on the top. But she tried this, Angelica tried this in one of her videos because she wanted to get like a lighter shade. This is the outer packaging. I think it's really cool. I like it. I think it's really futuristic packaging, and people are like hating on the brand so much. But the highlighter, this is really pretty. So this is the shade, and I've used it quite a bit, and it is stunning on the skin. It has a really nice formula. Intense, but not like insane. Like it just looks beautiful on the cheeks. I really do like it. And Angelica got this because she wanted like a dark, like a little bit of a lighter shade from the one that she had, because originally I wanted to get Miss Mars, but then I saw that she got this one and I was like, that shade looks perfect for me because it's kind of like a champagne color and it's really pretty on the skin. I really like the formula too. So that is the Rem Beauty highlighter. Okay. Next up, we have quite a few backups, so let's just run through them. So I did get a couple of things from Colourpop from Ulta. So the first two things, I just replaced my favorite mascaras pretty much ever, and that is the Act Natural mascara and the Level Up Lengthening mascara. I cannot believe how many people have actually turned on to trying this mascaras, or these mascaras, I mean, not those mascaras. I don't even know what I said. So this is the Act Natural Defining Mascara. You guys know how much I love this one. I've been through a couple tubes of this, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. I'm literally just going to stick it back next to me because I use it almost every single day, especially when I just, like, you know, get ready for class and stuff like that. And then the lengthening mascara, I use this on my top and bottom lashes. I absolutely love this mascara. This is one of the best affordable lengthening mascaras, if not the best one, because it really does give your lashes extreme length. And like literally my lashes are like up to here sometimes when I use this. It's just so good, you guys. And again, I can use this on my top and bottom lashes. And I actually got this one in the brown shade. I meant to get it in the black one, but I was like, you know what, the brown is fine, because sometimes I'll use the Act Natural mascara with my Lash Discovery mascara from Maybelline together, and you really can't tell that one's black and one's brown. So I really like this because I can use it on my top and bottom lashes, and it's just so easy to use when I'm in a rush. So those are the Colourpop mascaras. Then I also picked up a backup of like my favorite powder ever. I cannot stop talking about this, but I'm almost done with the one that I currently own. It's just been taking me a while to finish up. So this is the Pretty Fresh pressed face powder in the shade Fair 1. I'm probably going to get rid of it really soon because honestly it's getting really hard to scrape up the extra product on the sides because it's not really getting on my brush. So I did pick up a backup of the same thing, the Pretty Fresh pressed face powder. So this is just my favorite powder, so I decided to pick it up from Ulta. I use this almost every single day, so I know I'm going to use it up. So I really wanted to get another one because I love it. It's just become my favorite powder. It's really amazing, and I have not stopped raving about this. So this is a brand spanking new one, so hopefully I can crack into it soon. But I wanted to pick up a backup of it a couple of weeks ago, so I just got that. And then I got another backup of my Colourpop Party Proof Eye Primer. I use this primer almost every single day. I just really, really love it. I love how smooth it is on the eyes. And I thought I was running really low on the one that I have, but it actually has a lot more, well, not a lot more product than I thought it did, but there's definitely some more product in there that I just really had to squeeze the tube to get it out. But it's still functional and I'm still using it right now. So the other one is not completely used up yet. So this is just the backup of the eye primer, and this is really nice, very smooth on the eyes. It's like very creamy and mousse-like, and I just really, really love it. So I just decided to pick up a backup because I know I'm going to use up that one. So those are the only two backups I picked up because these are things that I use up all the time. And then the mascaras are obviously I'm going to use up a lot. So I just got that. And then I finally got a new lip mask from Colourpop because I love their lip masks. Like, they're my favorite. And I wanted to try this one, so I just decided to pick this up from Ulta instead of the website. So I picked up I ordered it actually from Ulta. So I got the Fourth Ray Beauty Watermelon Overnight Lip Mask. And this is actually, it smells amazing, first off, and I might even like this even more than the lip mask that I had from the Powerpuff Girls collection, but this smells amazing. I've already used quite a bit of it, and it just smells like, literally like watermelon. It smells like a watermelon lip smacker, and it's just so nice and hydrating on the lips. I've been loving this, so it's just a drink of water for your lips, and it's just really, really good. So I really, really like this, so I'm just gonna stick it back on my bedside table because I use it every single night before I go to sleep. Okay, and then we just have some liners from LA Girl because I really needed to get some more liners because I pretty much decluttered all of my Colourpop ones because those were just getting really dried out. So I decided to purchase a couple of the ones from LA Girl. At first, I had only purchased the white one, but I liked it so much that I decided to purchase the brown and the black. So I got 3 different shades. So I got the LA Girl Perfect Precision eyeliners in the shades white, brown, and black. So those are the 3 colors that I got. These are so nice on the waterline. They're just so easy to apply. They're super creamy. I think that these are way nicer on the waterline than the Colourpop ones. I find that those are just not like the most comfortable to apply, and I don't think they last that great, to be honest. I'm just not a huge fan of Colourpop's eyeliners, but these are so nice. So I got the white, which is kind of like a little beat up, the brown, and the black. I'll swatch the brown one because that's the one that I use the most, and that's the one I have on my eyes. And they're just very creamy. That's a horrible swatch, but they're just really, really nice. Like, I always think that wooden liners are not going to be, I don't know why I took off all the caps because I don't know which one went to which now, but they're just really, really nice. I'm always afraid of wooden liners because I always feel like they're going to be harsh on the waterline, but these are incredibly creamy and just so easy to apply and just very comfortable to apply on the waterline. So I really like these. I pretty much have been using them almost every single day. And I use the black for work. I use the brown on a daily basis, and I use the white on a daily basis. And they're all just really, really good. Obviously, these are the only 3 colors of liner that I really need, but I do want to try a couple of the colorful colors. Maybe when it starts getting warmer out, like in the springtime, I really like putting a colorful eyeliner on the waterline, so we'll see if I decide to pick up some more when the springtime rolls around. And then I did pick up a couple more backups, so this I'm gonna get all the time now. I like this even more than the L'Oreal one, and I've been purchasing the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer for so long, but this is awesome. So this is the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. I want like 10 of these. This is so good, you guys. It just does such a good job of priming my lashes for mascara. And since I don't use a lash curler, I like using lash primers. They're just a lot easier for me. I just can't be bothered with a lash curler. This is just so much easier to prep my lashes. And this is only like $5 when the L'Oreal one is like $12 now. Honestly, I feel like L'Oreal raises their prices by like $1 every single year, and that's literally like almost $13. I'm like, why the heck am I going to spend that much money when this is only $5? So I'm just going to purchase this every time, and this is great. I think that this is even better. It doesn't get as crusty as the L'Oreal one, even though obviously that one was getting older. I just think that this one is better, so I'm so glad that I got that. Excuse me. And then I also got another backup of my Maybelline Lash Discovery Brush Mascara. You guys know that this is the mascara I use on my bottom lashes every single day. I'm wearing it today, and I will never stop repurchasing this. This is probably like my 5th one already. This one's like $11, but I mean, obviously they're both worth it because I use these every single day, but I love this, and it is cheaper than getting the Maybelline the MAC Giga Black Lash. So I'll just repurchase this because it's like $11 as opposed to like $22. But again, Maybelline and L'Oreal, why are you getting so expensive now? It used to be like $6 or $7. Like, I think I remember that this used to be like $7.99 and now it's like $10.99. But it's really, really good, and I think it's worth it. I love how I just bitched about the the voluminous primer, and then I'm like, well, this is worth the money. But this is really good. I really like it, so I'm gonna keep on repurchasing it. And then the last backup that I got makeup wise is another one of my e.l.f. Wow Brow tinted gels. I just got the shade Brunette. I believe I got this from, I do not want to break my nails trying to get into this, so I just got another backup. I forgot to put this in my drawer. Yeah. Okay, so I just got another backup of that. Sorry, I just had to tell my mom to get something because she's going to the supermarket. I decided that I didn't want to go because we literally got everything that we wanted from Trader Joe's the last time I went. And they honestly haven't really gotten much since then. And I don't need the cookie butter ice cream. I already ate it up, so I'm not going to ask her to get another one. We have plenty of desserts. So I just got a backup of that. I use that literally every single day. I literally have to put this in my drawer next to me because I haven't opened it yet because I forgot to take this out of my bag until today. And then the last thing that I got makeup-wise from Ulta, I was wanting to try this concealer for the longest time, but every time I placed an online order, I kept on forgetting to order it. So I finally got this concealer, and that is the NYX Professional Makeup Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I've been seeing nothing but amazing things about this concealer, and I got the shade, I think this is the lightest shade that they offer. Yeah, Fair. And for some reason, my Ulta does not offer the lightest shade in this, and I don't think my Target actually had this. I can't remember. I don't know if I even checked to see if it was at Target because I wanted to get it from Ulta anyway. And this is so good, you guys. This is so much better than that Milk concealer that I tried. It doesn't it doesn't look like the greatest today because my skin is like really dry today for some reason, but I really like it. I think it looks good underneath the eyes. It has a lot more coverage than I was expecting because I thought since it's a serum concealer, it would be a little bit more watery. And it kind of just makes it a little bit more creamy in consistency. It is a bit watery, but it has a lot of coverage to it. So you don't really need that much product. You only need like not even 2 pumps of it. And it covers like your entire T-zone. And then underneath my eyes, I just dot it. But I think it's really nice. I don't know why I end up liking drugstore concealers way more than high-end, but I just really, really like drugstore concealers. It's just a thing. I feel like I need more lip product already. Is it wearing off a little bit? Let's put some more on, and then we'll talk about more of these products. Okay, and then the next thing that I got from Ulta is that I pick this up all the time, and that is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. I actually picked up a full bottle of this back in November when my sister was here for Thanksgiving. But then I went back I think 2 weeks later and I exchanged the big bottle for the smaller one, and then I just got the Rem Beauty highlighter. Now I remember what I exchanged for the highlighter, and for the dry shampoo I got the highlighter in this. So I just picked up another one of these. I use this almost every single day, and this is my favorite dry shampoo. This is like my 3rd one of this size. I just didn't want to keep the full size one. I was like, I really don't need it. And this is a perfect size for me to last for like a couple of months. So I don't really mind repurchasing this that often. So yeah. And I forgot to talk about this, so I'm just inserting this clip after all the other Ulta stuff. So yeah, now let's get into the rest of the Ulta stuff. Okay, and then I just got some other skincare backups from Ulta. So I did get the Burt's Bees cleansing oil again. I usually get the one from Colourpop, but that one was sold out at the time that I wanted to get it. And also I didn't feel like just placing an order just to get the cleanser, because if I place an order from Colourpop, I like to get a few things that I'm interested in, because obviously you have to spend $30 or more to get free shipping. But I just decided, I'm sorry about these marks, by the way, but again, it's not my lips, it's my actual just corners of my lips. So I can't really keep, product isn't really holding on to my lips there. It is a little bit annoying though. So let me see if I can just apply a little bit more. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, it's not really going to stick to the corner of my lips that well because of those marks there. So I'm sorry about that, but I can't really do anything about it. So yeah, I've used countless bottles of this product up, so I just decided to get another one. And this one is really good still. It's just as good as the one from Colourpop. And this one is, honestly a little bit more hydrating than the one from Colourpop. So if they do have this one again, I mean, they're both great. But this one is really, really nice. And I really like using it with the Oat Cleansing Balm. They're, really nice together. So I really like that. And again, I've purchased a gajillion of those. So they just so happened to have one left because that was the last one on the shelf. And I was like, okay, that's mine. And then I did get another one of my favorite facial moisturizers for the morning, and that is the CeraVe AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. Again, I've been through a gajillion of these. It's probably like my 5th bottle of it because this is the only SPF moisturizer that you can wear, because usually they recommend that you do moisturizer and SPF, but this one has both combined, and this has the SPF 30, and I just love it. That I use this every single morning, and it's just the best, and I will continue to repurchase this for forever until Willie Hendrickson comes out with something like this, or the Inky List. This is still going to be my favorite. CeraVe is still a really good drugstore brand. They are extremely popular, and I absolutely love their products. And again, this is just a tried and true for me, and I obviously wear SPF every single day. And then the last thing that I got from Ulta is a body moisturizer, and I don't know why I've never owned this before. Everybody talks about how good it is. So I finally decided to pick up just the regular CeraVe moisturizing cream, because I really just needed an unscented moisturizer for my body, because the other ones that I have are all scented. Like, I have the coconut one from Trader Joe's, but I just wanted something that was unscented. So I finally just picked up this guy. Very hydrating, really, really good. I really just don't know why I didn't get this earlier. So I finally decided to pick it up. So that is everything that I got from Ulta. Now let's move on to some indie brands and Colourpop. Okay, so let's move on to Colourpop. So I only picked up 3 things from Colourpop recently, because honestly, their collections that they've been coming out with, I've really not have been interested in them whatsoever. Like, they're honestly kind of boring. But I thought that the Valentine's Day collection that they came out with this year was really, really cute, and I think they did a really great job with this one. I also think that they know how popular their Valentine's Day collections are. So I decided to pick up 3 products from the Valentine's Day collection. I picked up the eyeshadow palette, the highlighter, and one of the lippies. And I'll go into the highlighter in just a minute, but I have a whole story about that. But we're going to talk about the eyeshadow palette first. So this is the Colourpop Flirty Talk palette. It's so cute that it looks like a diary. I love it. I think the packaging is absolutely adorable. And then on the back, it has like the little like speech clouds, like comic strips. I think it's adorable. I really, really like that. Also, this palette did sell out when it came out. I don't know if it's back in stock. I haven't even checked. I haven't been on Colourpop's website in days. But I did wear this on Valentine's Day yesterday, and the look that I did was really, really pretty. I put that on my Instagram stories yesterday if you guys follow me on there. And the inner packaging is the same, and it comes with a plastic insert. And then when you open it up, it is a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. You can either hold it like this, or you can hold it like this. But it doesn't fold all the way back, and it's a little bit easier for me to talk about when I hold it like this. So there are 12 shades in here. We have 6 mattes and 6 shimmers. There is 1 matte with shimmer in it, and then the rest are true mattes. Actually, there's 2 with shimmers, because this one has shimmers in it too, and then the rest are mattes. And then we have 4 true shimmers, which are these 4. 1 Super Shock Shadow, and then one of the like super sparkly new formulas that they have. I forget what it's called, but it's stunning. And I have used every single shade in this palette except for this one on the lid. I've used every other shimmer on the lid. I've used this one in the inner corners though, so technically I've used every single shade. And it's really nice, but I would have to say, I mean, I really love this color scheme, because I thought this was going to be my perfect pink palette from Colourpop, because y'all know I'm always on the hunt for a good pink palette, because I really am getting sick of brands marketing palettes as pink and then there's barely any pinks in them. It's like 2 pinks and then the rest is all neutrals. So I like that this one was way more mid-toned and more like pinky red. So I do think it's really cute. So let's just give you a little close-up. So the shades are Little Red Dress, Your Fave, Head Over Heels, and On Your Mind. Then we have You Up, Blush and Cuddle Up, and Be Mine. Those are all shimmers. And then the last row is Heart Emoji, Miss Me Yet, Talk to Me, and Just My Type. So out of all the shades in here, I do think the mattes are actually really, really good. They also have incredible, this is some of the most long-lasting shadows that I've used from Colourpop, because When I did the pink look yesterday, my eyeshadow still looked as good as it did when I first applied it, like at 2 p.m. yesterday. It lasted all the way up until I took my eyeshadow off at like 9:30. And then when I did the red look with this palette, lasted so long on my eyes. I'm like, dang, like their formula is getting really long lasting. So I feel like they're always changing up their formula, but I think that this has been changed up for the better. Just keep in mind some of these deeper shades, like this pink and like this red, they do have a bit of fallout. So I would say just to do your eyes first. The shimmers are really pretty. The only shade I honestly didn't really like is the Super Shock. I could not get it to be smooth on my lid when I used it. So I just saved it by putting on this pink shade, which I had used before on the lid. But I just put this over top of it and then it looked great. But this I just could not get to lay smoothly on my lid. Like it was pretty, but it looked very patchy for some reason. I don't know why. I might try and use it again without glitter glue. It might not need a glitter glue, but I'm not really sure. So let's just swatch a couple of these, but I think that they're so pretty. I think my favorite shade is Cuddle Up. It's just a really gorgeous pink metallic. It's just such a pretty one, and it has like a bit of like bluish purple in it too. It's a really pretty shade. And then Be Mine, which is that super sparkly one. I cannot wait to use this. I'm probably going to use it tomorrow. It's a really beautiful, super metallic, glittery shade. It's so, so pretty. I do really like the shimmers in here. They're really nice and smooth. And the shade You Up is also a really pretty shimmer as well. It doesn't really swatch great, but on the eyes, it's really nice. I love how this one doesn't swatch as well, but it's really smooth and metallic on the lid. It's a really nice red shade, and red shadows are really hard to do. And I think they did a great job with these. And then I'll swatch a couple of the mattes for you guys. I also think the red mattes are great too, but I was just going to swatch a couple of the pink ones. So we have Talk to Me and Your Fave. But I feel like the looks in this palette are pretty repetitive, but at the same time, like what other kind of looks are we going to do during Valentine's Day anyway, besides like pink and red looks? So I do think it serves a purpose in my collection, and I do think it serves the purpose that I thought it would, but it can get a little bit repetitive with the shades that are in here, especially with the matte shades. But the shimmer shades I think are where this palette shines, but also I think the matte formula is great. I kind of wish that they would have put like one more deepening matte in here, like maybe like a deep dark red or a deep dark pink, but kind of like a burgundy red would have been really pretty instead of like one of these. Like honestly, we didn't need both of these shades. This shade is way too light for me to use in my crease, so I use it on my brow bone, and this one is definitely a brow bone highlight for me. So I feel like if it was just these shades, it would have been really, really good, but I really like this shade, so it is what it is. It's a really pretty palette, and I can understand why it was so popular. So that is the Flirty Talk palette by Colourpop, and I think it was really, really cute. They kind of stuck me in with their cute packaging sometimes, but I do think that this one was way better than the one that came out last year. I did not like that Secret Admirer palette at all. It's super powdery and not very good. Okay, then the next product that I got was one of the pressed powder highlighters in the shade You're Glowing. Now, I did not decide to get more than one this time, but I did only get one the last time. But they did claim that these were going to be easier to open this time, and I would have to say that this one is way easier to open than the old one. You just have to stick your finger underneath, and it does open pretty easily. So I already opened it. I don't struggle opening this one. The first time I did because I had moisturizer on my hands, and I'm like, I was getting so mad that I couldn't open it, but I'm like, wait, my hands are greasy. So just don't try and open these when you moisturize your hands. But other than that, I just wanted to pick up one of the highlighters because they've never come out with highlighters in the heart-shaped packaging, so I really wanted to try one of them. So I got the shade You're Glowing, and this is a really pretty highlighter. I've worn it a couple of times, and it's really, really nice. I'm just glad that they came out with a regular powder formula this time because I really love their powder formula highlighters. I wish they would come out with more. But I like that they came out with like 6 for this collection. So these are really cute. And I really, really like the formula of this. So, and I'm just glad they made them super easy to open this time. Because literally the last one, the blush, I actually really like it, but I literally cannot get it open to save my life. And that was just a waste of money. So then the last product that I got was one of the glowing lips. And this is pretty much the only lip product I had picked up until I got the 2 from Sephora. So I'm trying not to overwhelm myself too much with lip products. Okay, you can see that it kind of wore off again on my inner part of my lips. I'm dying. I've already been talking way too long, but we only have a couple of products left. So the last thing from this collection is one of the ultra glowing lips, and this one is the shade Candy Kisses. And this is a really, really pretty pink shade, you guys. This is actually like the more deeper pink option that they had available. And look how cute this heart packaging is. I was a sucker for this packaging, so I had to get at least one of them. And I really do love the glowing lip formula. And this is a really pretty soft pink shade. I've worn this 3 times already, so I've worn it quite a bit. And it's just such a nice color. It's a little bit lighter than the one that I own, which is called Cockatoo. I actually thought this one was going to be deeper than that, but it's actually a little bit lighter. So it's really, really nice, and I love the ultra glowing lip formula. So that is everything that I got from Colourpop. Now let's just share a couple of things from Marshalls. I literally only got 3 things. So the first 2 things is that I just decided to pick up these as backups. I honestly have not been getting too much from Marshalls, but I saw these and I'm like, you know what? I kind of miss them in my collection, so I just decided to pick up 2 of the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks. You remember how popular these were before the whole controversy with Kat Von D came out? So I decided to pick up my 2 favorite shades that I used to wear all the time. The first one is Lolita, and the second one is Bow and Arrow. I lost the box for Lolita, but obviously they both have the same packaging. So the first one I'm just going to show you guys is Bow and Arrow. I used to wear this all the time, and I cannot tell you how many compliments I used to get on this lipstick when I would wear it. Everybody thought it looked like the Kylie Jenner lipsticks, but I'm like, no, this is Kat Von D. I was like, I would never buy Kylie Jenner. And the reason why this one I just would get so many compliments on is because it's such a unique nude color, and it's just amazing. I'm sure you guys have seen this like 20 times over, but they're just really pretty lip colors. And then the second one is obviously Lolita, which was her all-time most popular shade. This was sold out for such a long time. So I just decided to get backups of both of these because, again, I just really missed them in my collection. And if I decide to repurchase a lip product, that means I really did love it. So these are beautiful, and I'm excited to have them back in my collection. And then the last thing that I got from, this is so funny, and I thought it was just kind of destiny when I saw this. I'm like, I really regret never picking up one of these blushes when this collection was out. But Marshalls has been getting quite a bit of products from Colourpop recently. And they just had one of these, and I'm like, this is mine. And it was only $5. So I decided to get one of the blushes from the Into Bloom collection. They just so happened to have one of these. And this is the Colourpop Pressed Powder Blush in the shade Chaice. 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 I think it's Chaice. And love the packaging. The packaging's the same as the outer packaging. I'm already tired, as you can tell. And it's just a really, really pretty everyday peach shade. I've used this a couple of times already, and it's just a really nice color. So I'm glad that I decided to pick this up, and it's just a really pretty peachy color, and I love the floral imprint. And that is the shade right here, and it's just a really good everyday peachy blush color. And then I just picked up a backup of my Simple Micellar cleansing wipes. They finally had these back in my Marshalls, and I also picked up a bottle of my micellar water, but I don't have to show you guys that because I literally repurchase that all the time. But they hadn't had the micellar cleansing wipes for quite a while, so I finally saw that they had them, so I snatched them up because they always sell out. So that is all of that stuff. And now we just have 2 eyeshadow palettes and 1 product from Target. I always say Target, so let me just put this stuff away. Okay, so the one and only products that I got from Target, because I would have gotten this from Ulta if, again, they weren't sold out of this shade. But I really wanted to try this product from e.l.f. And it's such a super popular product from e.l.f. And this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Glow Booster for Radiant Skin in the shade Fair 1. So this is the lightest shade that they had available. But I really wanted to try this because, one, I've never tried any complexion products from e.l.f. that were like a foundation product. Like, I've tried some of their concealers, but I've never tried any of their like base products. And I've been seeing nothing but good things about this. And I kind of wanted something that was like super lightweight. I already have like a couple of products like that, but this is the first and only complexion product that I picked up this year so far. Because the last thing I got, I believe, was, I think, the Valentino foundation. Was that only back in November? I can't even remember. What did I get? I don't even remember what I got. Oh, the House Labs foundation. So that's the last complexion product I got back in November. So it's been like 3 months since I've gotten something new. And this is awesome on the skin. It's really beautiful. And I love how it makes your makeup come together. That's the applicator and that is the shade. The shade is very yellow for my skin, but once you have all your products on with this, it looks beautiful. I love using it with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. These look beautiful together, and this adds more coverage to this, but this has a decent amount of coverage by itself, but it's very glowy. But I love mixing the two together because the e.l.f. Concealer obviously adds the desired coverage that I want. And then I'll just put the Pretty Fresh powder over it, and it looks so good on the skin. So I really like this. I understand why it's so popular. It's pretty much a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, and I think it's really nice. And you don't need to spend a gajillion dollars where you can get this. But this is $15, okay? It's not that cheap, but complexion products are a little bit more worth it to me, but I wish this was like $10, but it's fine. I understand why e.l.f. raised their prices on certain things, and I love how transparent they are. This is really, really nice. So I really like that. I think I have a Get Ready With Me featuring that, and I have a Get Ready With Me on all the eyeshadow palettes I'm talking about. I always do a first impressions on every single eyeshadow palette that I get. Okay, 2 more eyeshadow palettes. So the first one, I was not sure if I was going to get this or not. I always say that about every palette. But then they always end up in my life anyway. And this is my 4th Nomad palette to my collection. Nomad, Why Do You Keep On Sucking Me In? You just make such beautiful color stories and packaging. Their packaging is killer. So I decided to get their newest eyeshadow palette, and that is the Nomad, what is it called? Verona Amor y Muerte palette. And this is a Verona-inspired palette, which means it is a love and death palette, which is inspired by Romeo and Juliet. And I saw the teaser of this packaging, and I was like, oh my god, the packaging is so gorgeous. And then this is the back of the palette, and this has all of the shades. It's basically 2 different color stories of love and death. So that kind of just sucked me in, like the whole concept sucked me in. And then what really got me was the fact that there was like a pink side of the palette, and I was like, ooh, this might be my perfect pink palette. But also, I ended up using the death side a lot more than the pink side, but I've used every single shade in this palette. So anyway, this is the Nomad Love and Death palette, and it opens up like a door, honestly. So we have this side, which is the death side, and then we have the love side. And I always keep the tissue paper in here just because it keeps the pans a little bit cleaner and keeps the mirror cleaner, even though I'm never going to use the mirror. But this is the palette, you guys. Like, how sick is this? When I saw this, I'm like, this is gorgeous. I was like, I'm getting it because I thought it was just such a beautiful color story. So this is the death side and this is the love side. So on the love side, we have 6 mattes, and then the same on the Death side, we have 6 mattes, and then 3 shimmers for both sides as well. So these really do work together, or they work separately, or you can combine both. Like, honestly, it's such a cohesive color story. And this is my second favorite palette that I own from Nomad besides the Whistler Snow Lodge. I think they killed it with this palette. The packaging is amazing, and I'm so excited to see what they come out with this year. So I'm not going to read all the shade names of these just because I feel like we've been here for forever already. I'm just going to swatch a couple of the shades for you guys. So I'm going to swatch Tragedy and Juliet because those are my two favorites. Tragedy is so freaking gorgeous. It's like a purpley green. And then Juliet is so ridiculously stunning on the eyes. I need to remove some of the swatches from my hands. Hold on. So I wiped off some of those other swatches. So here are two of the shimmers from the Death side. So this one is Tragedy and this one is Juliet. Tragedy is so beautiful in person. It shifts from like green to purple to gold. And then Juliet is so interesting on the eyes. You can only see the blue shift here. But when you put it on the eyes, it shifts from blue to purple. And I didn't even know that it did that until I like turned my head and looked at my eyeshadow at work. And I was like, oh my God, it shifts. I was like, this is so beyond pretty. Love it. And then my other favorite shimmer is Comedy. It is such a stunning reddish shimmer. And I did a Get Ready With Me with this shade. And it's literally stunning. I used this shade in my first impressions video, and this shade I used in a red look recently. It was my most recent video on my channel. It looks amazing on the eyes. Oh my God, it's such a pretty shimmer. And then we'll just swatch a couple of the matte shades. Let's just do the blue and the purple, and then we'll do the red. I don't want to be here forever. The red is insanely pigmented. This one is called Love. The blue is called Poison, and then the purple is called Dark. And these are all amazing mattes. Their matte formula is killer in this palette. They really do blend beautifully. I think that the shimmers in this palette are gorgeous as well. I actually kind of prefer my shimmers to be a little bit more harder pressed sometimes, as long as they pick up on my finger and apply to my lid. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to work with a little bit of a harder pressed formula just because these shimmers last incredibly long on my lid. I also love this gold too. It's gorgeous on the lid. But I've used every single shade in this palette and I really am blown away by this color story and the quality. I just wish that there was one more deepening pink on this side, and then this would have been perfect for me. Some of these pinks do look a bit repetitive on the eyes and a little bit too similar to each other. The Death side, though, there's not one shade I would have changed. These are all amazing together, and I love how deep and dark you can go with these mattes. It's just a beautiful palette. I have nothing but good things to say about it, and I really do love the formula of this one, and I think this one is a lot more versatile than the Hudson Valley palette. The Hudson Valley palette is good, and I actually did a look with the gray tones in here along with the gray tones in the Hudson Valley palette, and it was really pretty. And then I put on the gold all over my lid from this, and it was a gorgeous look. So I'm glad I got to combine the two. But this is a beautiful palette. I really do love it. Okay. We are down to the last product, and then we can finally stop talking. But the last eyeshadow palette in this video is a brand new brand to me. I actually ordered this before I got the My Dream palette from Natasha Denona, and this came to me last week, and this is an Australian brand, so they don't ship right away, but they were going to be shipping these out beginning, I think, a little bit towards the end of January, and I got it like 2 weeks later, like after it shipped, so it really didn't take too long. But I knew that this was a pre-order. So it only took 6 weeks, which honestly was not that terrible. Some people wait like 2 months for these palettes. But since they're an Australian brand, and again, like after the Natasha Denona palette, I didn't get any eyeshadow palettes. This was the only palette that I ordered, but I knew it wasn't going to come until February. So I was like, kind of just enjoying my collection and making sure that I dipped into palettes that I wanted to use again, like the Game Beauty palette, the Blend Bunny, the Colourpop Not a Box of Chocolates. I got to use all of those quite a bit in January. So this palette came last week and I've used it quite a bit already. So I'm talking about the brand Glaminatrix Cosmetics, and this is the Nearly Natural palette, and I decided to pick it up on the last pre-order that they had before Christmas, and I was like, I'm gonna get it because this was the brand that I really wanted to try this year, and I just thought that this palette was so stunning, so I finally decided to pick it up. And look how gorgeous this palette is. So this is the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette. So it comes with 8 stunning shimmers and 7 mattes. And you guys, the shimmers in here are insanity. They are so stunning, and I've seen nothing but good things about it. This is also their best-selling palette ever. Everybody loves this palette for good reason. It's so stunning, and this is like their first like more neutral palette, so I was like, I knew this was the one I was gonna get. So we have Naked Eye, Naturally, Untouched, Unveiled, and Barely There. Then we have Nearly Natural, New Nude, Exposed, Down to Earth, and Stripped Back. And then the last row we have Simplicity, Second Skin, Disrobe, Raw, and Nothing to See. So I've used mostly every single shimmer in here. The only 2 that I haven't used yet because I'm still testing out the palette is Unveiled and Raw. But this one I actually haven't used at all. This one I actually have on my inner corners today. I just haven't used it on my lid yet. But I can already tell that these shimmers are insane. And even though I haven't tested out all of them, I know they're all going to be amazing because they are so ridiculously metallic. So I do have the House Labs bronzer on, the Gwen Stefani mascara, the Dior Lip Addict lip tint, and this eyeshadow palette on today that I've hauled in this video, and the NYX concealer. And today I have Simplicity in my crease, and I darken up the crease more with Barely There, and then I use this shade Naturally on my outer corners, and then I have the shade Second Skin all over my lid, and it's such a gorgeous like bronzy shimmer. And then I have the shade Unveiled on my inner corners, and that's all I have on my eyes today because this is such an easy palette to use for class. Because one, you don't really have to think about the matte shades that you use. I pretty much use those 3 mattes like all the time when I create a more like natural look with this palette. And then you just throw one of these ridiculously metallic shimmers on the lid and it looks amazing. So I'm just going to swatch a couple of them for you guys. And these are insane how gorgeous they are. And I will have my full first impressions up for you guys very soon. So those are some of the metallics. Aren't those gorgeous? Like, look how wet and stunning those are. And I also prefer these over a lot of other wet metallic formulas because they're kind of similar to the Blend Bunny ones, but they're even wetter. They're just insane how gorgeous they are. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Do you see that? So this one is Naked Eye, this one is Nearly Natural, and this one, of course, is the gold, which is New Nude. So ridiculously stunning. Now I understand why everybody loves their shimmers because they truly are gorgeous. And then I'll just swatch like a couple of the mattes for you guys. But the mattes are so easy to work with. And I really, really like the matte formula in here as well. Of course, the shimmers are the star of the show, but the mattes are so incredibly easy to work with that it just makes the impact of the shimmers even more beautiful because the mattes barely take any work to blend. And this one is Down to Earth, and this one is Untouched. And yeah, that is pretty much everything in this video. I love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. If you guys were thinking about purchasing from this brand, I would highly recommend it. I kind of thought that these shimmers would be like similar to Give Me Glows. And they are, but I think they're even more sparkly than Give Me Glows. But I'm going to have to like compare the formulas and keep you guys updated. But I love this formula just as much as Give Me Glow. I really love this palette as like an everyday palette. I think the metallics are gorgeous. And yeah, that is everything in this video. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CPW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. I really do notice that it's worn off again on my inner lips. So that was a good test of trying to see how long this would last. It's It's transfer proof, but it kind of wears off on the inner part of my lips. All right, so I love you guys. We've been here for a long time, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these products. I really would like to know. And again, I will have my first impressions up of this right after I post this video. So yeah, I love you guys, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.